On my 11 Circle Fantasy Pick on ESPN Cricket Info, we're looking ahead to the Big Bash game between Sydney Thunder and Melbourne Renegades. Let's build our fantasy team with Tom Moody. Right, let's start with our pro tip. And on Boxing Day, the Renegades will be very happy to welcome back Aaron Finch. So you can expect a more dominant performance from the Renegades. So we're saying perhaps look for more players from the Renegades now that Finch is back. And do you like that, Tom Moody?
Yeah, look, I like the fact that Finch is back because he is the spiritual leader for the Renegades. He's been there since the inception of the Renegades in the tournament, and he's been such a dominant player. Whether you back other players on the back of his arrival is another question. I'd think very carefully through that before making that decision.
Yep, we've seen what happens when you back too many players of the Renegades from last season, but it's a new season and it's still early days. So let's go to player availability first up. Any new names that you could consider? Well, Imad Wasim is likely to be available for Sydney Thunder after completing his national commitments in New Zealand. Sam Billings has a 50% chance at the time of recording this of being available for the game, according to his Sydney Thunder skipper, Callum Ferguson. Now, do check in closer to the game and, of course, after the toss for the very latest team news and injury news. Let's go to our team now. And before that, a quick reminder on the My 11 Circle Fantasy app, 100 credits for every user to build their fantasy team. 4 categories of players to choose from: batsmen, bowlers, wicket keepers, and all-rounders. Every player's individual credit value is listed on the app. You can pick a maximum of 7 players from one team in any given contest, and we'll throw in 4 substitute options for you as well. Let's go to our captain choice. Now, we're backing Aaron Finch. We like our Renegades players in this one, so we're going to go for the skipper to perform after a much-needed break. He is, of course, Australia's white ball skipper, their premier T20I batsman, and you think with his numbers as well against this current lineup of Sydney Thunder bowlers, you would back someone like Finch. 117 runs in 76 balls, striking at over 150 cumulatively. Very good last season. Well, one of the sole performers for the Renegades. So we're backing Aaron Finch. Callum Ferguson's there as his counterpart and as vice captain in our team. He's handled the pressure brilliantly considering the lack of form from the Sydney Thunder's openers and managed a couple of 50-plus scores. At the Manuka Oval, he scored over 150 runs. In fact, he scored 150 runs in 6 games at a strike rate of just over 142. So Aaron Finch is captain and Callum Ferguson is vice captain. They give you double and 1.5 times the points respectively, so do pick them very carefully. We've gone for both skippers. Shaun Marsh is in our top picks. Now, we know he tends to always get you the points with the bat. Stylish left-handed batsman that he is. Started the tournament brilliantly with the 47 ball 62. Hasn't carried on after that. We're not going to rule him out just yet. Mohammad Nabi is there, the former Afghanistan captain, with an excellent BBL behind him last season. Points with bat, points with ball. And after not making much of an impact last game, we expect Nabi to bounce back. Daniel Sams is pretty much a no-brainer whenever Sydney Thunder feature. He is the most prolific wicket taker since last season's Big Bash League, and he has taken 35 wickets in 20 innings at an average of 15.91 in this period. Gets you the odd decent cameo with the bat as well after that 25 ball 65. You know that's possible. Aaron Finch is captain, Callum Ferguson is vice captain, Shaun Marsh, Mohammad Nabi, and Daniel Sams round up our top picks. Thoughts on that, Tom?
Yeah, look, I like that. Finch is obviously, an important player at the top, and making him captain is a good and a smart move, particularly given that he has been dominant in BBL matches. Shaun Marsh is just a run machine in Big Bash cricket. He just keeps churning them out. He's also going to have the exposure at the top of the order, so he'll have plenty of time to bat through. And you've got the 2 all-rounders. They're going to collect points both with bat and ball with Nabi and Sams. I'd just like to see Sams bat a bit further up the order, to be honest with you. That 60 you're referring to just shows you what he's capable of doing.
Yep, fair enough. Now, he is in our calculations and our top picks. Would you be tempted to make him captain, vice captain? Well, let's have a look if they do end up batting him higher. Now, let's go to our differential picks. Adam Milne features, the quick from New Zealand. He didn't play for more than a year due to an ankle injury. Made his comeback against the Perth Scorchers in the last game and was exceptional, clocking at over 140 clicks and didn't concede a single boundary in his full quota of overs. So we're backing Adam Milne. And Alex Hales, who I know Tom Moody is a decent fan of. He's managed a couple of golden ducks this season, but put that down more to some stunning deliveries from Jack Wildermuth and Jason Behrendorff. So you expect Alex Hales to make a big impact this game. He does get the runs for Sydney Thunder. Adam Milne and Alex Hales both in our differential picks. Our full team sees Sam Harper as a keeper option from the Renegades, Alex Hales, Callum Ferguson is our vice captain choice, Aaron Finch as our captain choice, Sean Marsh, Ben Cutting, Daniel Sams, Mohammad Nabi, Peter Hatzoglu, Kane Richardson and Adam Milne. We've got Oliver Davies as a potential substitute all-rounder, Imad Wasim if he plays, Riley Russo and Usman Khawaja. Now, some alternate scenarios, you could consider either Imad Wasim or Riley Russo if Pete Hatzoglu doesn't get a game. Sean Marsh could be a vice-captain option considering his numbers against Sydney Thunder at Canberra. Let's see how much of that makes sense to Tom Moody. Tom.
Yeah, look, there's one thing I would definitely consider is Riley Rousseau in the playing 11. Whether he's in there instead of Alex Hales, I just like go with the form. And Riley Rousseau is in some very good form, and he's such a destructive franchise cricketer. First year in Big Bash cricket for him, so he's I think set for a big year in the Big Bash. Whether you move Sean Marsh into that vice captain's position is another question. I'd quite like to see Daniel Sams, to be honest with you, in that position, the way he accumulates points.
All right, so you have it there. Dan Sams, the better option in the eyes of Tom Moody. Tom, thank you very much. More from you as the Big Bash League continues to roll on after Christmas Day. So do check in with player news and team news before confirming your fantasy sides, and do join us again for more updates, opinions, and data to help you pick your fantasy teams on My 11 Circle Fantasy Pick on ESPN Cricket 4.